Hello everyone, we're looking at hash maps again. This time we're going to look at how you can check if a key exists, and also we will handle when something is not found, i.e. a value is not found, and we will also look at iterating through keys and values. So first off, we're going to use standard collections, hash map. Don't forget it's capital H, capital M. Then inside main we're going to do let mute. It needs to be mutable because we are going to add some values to it. It's no point just creating an empty hash map. So we're going to do myHM, that's just our name for variable. Hash map is the type, and we are going to be passing in a string as the key and a string as the value. And then we will create a new hash map here, hash map : new with a pair of parentheses. And then what we'll do is we will create 3 key value pairs. So when you create a key value pair, you do it like this. So you would go myHM, which is the name of my hash map. You can see it highlighted, commented out in green here, but I'll just type it anyway. My hash map insert, and then we would put in the name of the key. And you need to convert it to a string, because that's what we've declared above. And then ideally, actually, if we were putting in numbers, we should do it as an integer, but I'll leave this as string for now. And then we will just do value 1. You get the idea. I won't label a point. So yeah, I've done 3 there. So we've done Bob, Rob, and Zob. So we've got 3 key value pairs in our hash map. And the first thing I want to do is check, or show how to check, if Bob exists. If Bob exists as a key. So if my hash map contains _key. So this may be new if you're kind of just a beginner or just starting out and you've not really looked at hash maps so far. So if we run that, we get an error because, let me run it with the Rust analyzer. I turned it off just to keep the screen nice and clear, but Code Runner sometimes gives an error. So yeah, if you've always used Code Runner, especially if you've come from Python, just be careful when you're using Code Runner with Rust, because occasionally you'll get an error like you just saw I had there. So let's bring up, actually what I could do just while that's running is just do cargo run. And you see that runs without problem. So if you watched my previous videos, you might have seen me have a slight issue with Code Runner before. It's good when it works, but so Bob is in the hash map. Next, we could just do get. So if you want to look for a key in the hash map, .get. If it succeeds, let's just do println. And we know this is not going to succeed, but we just want to see what happens. So if we run that, Bob is in the hash map, and then we get none. So we get none here, but that's not very useful. So we want to do something a bit better than that. So we'll use match. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and match on something that doesn't exist again, BKOB. If we find it, we will do, so we'll check for the match. We're going to check and see if we get some with BKOB inside. If we do, then we'll return the age. If we don't, we'll just say BKOB is not found. So we'll run that. And as expected, BKOB is not found. If we change that to Bob, run again, and you notice the difference. So previously BKOB is not found, but this time age 32, because this time line 18 was true rather than line 19. And whatever you put as value, you don't have to call that value. So you could call that ABC, and that can also be ABC. It doesn't matter other than clarity and code understandability. So there we go. That is how to gracefully check for some or none when you're using get with a hash map. And finally, we'll just show how you can do for KV in myHM. So for key value in my hash map. And then we'll just say if I just want to do if the value exists. So we're just going to check if the value of 46 exists, then we're going to find the person. Obviously, this is not a great idea because you could have several people who are 46, and then you would get the problem of which one you want to pick. But just as an exercise, I thought I'd do it anyway. So if we run this, if you've got unique values, obviously then it is okay. But if you've not got unique values, then you'll have a problem. Found someone who's 46, it's Zob. And if you remember up here, Zob is 46. So it's probably more likely that you would actually want to check for a key. So you could just say if key equals Bob, and then instead of this message, you would say found Bob. His age is found Bob. His age is Bob. Just because we put the key there, so we've put a value. Found Bob. His age is 32, and it's 32 because that's what we inserted on line 7. So hopefully this has been interesting. I know it's not that advanced yet, but it's just like a good refresher and just a good understanding of the basics of working with hash maps, handling the sum and the none. So remember that Rust does not have the concept of null, so result will always be sum or none, and it's good to get in the habit of using match with that. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.